I just can't begin to tell you how happy I am to see so many of you here tonight. As you know, we had a huge 50th reunion. And I just never dreamed we would have this many here for the 52nd reunion. I mean, who's ever heard of a 52nd reunion? But anyway, my hope this evening is that for a few hours, we can go back in time and relive a few of those moments that were very precious in our lives. For those of you that couldn't make it last night, I tell you, we had a ball. We had over 100 people there last night, and you know, to me that was just incredible. And I tell you, I feel a whole lot more comfortable seeing Norm Delph sitting out there than up here in an Elvis costume. I don't know, those of you that were here for our 50th, you know what I'm talking about. So, Norm, you just stay in your seat. And that jukebox that all of you gave me, I'm telling you, it's getting a lot of use. I've got nothing but 50 songs on it. You know, I just won't let anything else be put on that jukebox. And I play those songs an awful lot, and thank you very, very much. We have classmates here tonight from all over the United States. It would take too long to read the names of everyone from out of state, but I would like to read the names of those that have come from states other than Indiana and other than the bordering states. Hold your applause to the end. Marley and Jim Carter from, I'll probably mispronounce this, New Gloucester, Maine. Richard Collins, Newport Richey, Florida. Kay and Jean Deeds from Wilmington, North Carolina. Judy and Richard Hughes from Loveland, Colorado. Judy and Larry Wood, Deltona, Florida. Barb and Ken Miller from Nashville, Tennessee. Kay Marshall Cleaver from Naples, Florida. I haven't been drinking either. Ron McKibben from Tampa, Florida. Karen and Bud Morgan from Bixby, Oklahoma. Tom Roush from Tallahassee, Tennessee. Sharon Seibert Bonner from Pell City, Alabama. That's great. I really appreciate you people coming that far. If you want to see if an old classmate is here tonight and you haven't made your rounds, I've put everyone's name that's here tonight on this one poster. The first one you run into, in fact, says classmates here tonight. Since our 50th reunion, 11 classmates have passed away. There are a total of 72 classmates who are no longer with us. In other words, that's about 1 out of 5 that graduated. I put all of the names of the ones that have passed away on a poster board at the very end of that table. Some of you probably have already seen that. At this point, I'd like to ask Dan Motto back up here to say a few words in remembrance of it.
I think one of the profounder truths that I have learned in my life is that every life that touches mine, no matter how tangentially, is really a gift. That there's something to learn even from momentary encounters. And there's always the possibility in even momentary encounters to experience community, to experience love, to experience touching another soul and realizing the goodness of what it is to be a human being. I know the list, and there are persons on there that I know were gifts to me. Don Ramsey and I made the grand opening of every new car in Anderson throughout our whole of our high school career. We would go straight from school and make the grand opening of them all, including the Edsel. And I could, you can take that list and I can go through. That wasn't, that was just a fun thing that we did. We taught each other lots of things, but I could do that with others too. And so I think it would be appropriate for us in the joy and the goodness of this event to take time to remember. And so let us remember in silence for a little bit, and then I'll wrap it up.
I'd like to thank some people who helped me put on this reunion. Without them, it certainly would not be the success it is. Please hold your applause. First of all, I'd like to thank my wife, Pam. She helps in many, many, many ways. I'd like to thank Nancy, who headed up the registration tables and has for many, many years, along with help from Camille, Patty, Carolyn. Thanks to Karen for the 50s diner and the table decorations. And thanks to John Neiman, Nancy, Patty, Camille, Jan, and Rex for helping Friday with getting this room ready for this evening. Thanks to Phil Sullivan for taking care of the golfers today. And I'm afraid to ask what happened out there, but I'm going to leave it at that. And lastly, have you ever had a friend that just drove you crazy? But you loved him anyway? Well, this guy has done so many things for me that I can't thank him enough. He did our name tags and is the backbone of our great website at J. Idleman. Let's give them all a round of applause. Two classmates could not be here tonight, but they did make a financial donation to our reunion, and they asked to be anonymous. Most of our classmates are on fixed incomes now. So I've tried very, very hard to keep the cost of the reunion as low as possible so more could come. We have a lot of people here tonight that did not actually graduate with our class in 1958 from Anderson High School. However, every one of you at one time or another was an Indian. I want to welcome you, and I hope you feel at home. There are some people here tonight that were Indians for 2 years and were forced to go to Madison Heights for 2 years. But I think if they had a choice, they would love to have stayed with us and walked those halls every morning before class and sat in that old gym with the wooden bleachers and watched the Indian mascots do their war dance at the basketball games. These friends have showed a lot of interest in our class and our reunions, and I'd like to thank all of them for coming this evening. Thank you very much. If you move or change your email address, please let me know. It's really, really tough to keep track of 400 plus people, and every little bit that you help me, it helps an awful, awful lot. I encourage you to call, write, or email me with any information you have on yourself or other classmates. But please, no jokes or political comments. I get way, way, way too many of those. I know there will be some of you taking photos tonight. Please email me those photos or send me a CD. A CD would be real nice if you can put all those photos together. We can put them together, and Jay and I can go through them and sort them, get them on the website, and any that you can send us, I sure appreciate it. Over the years, I have talked to you and heard some amazing stories. I've also talked to ones that have had some very, very sad stories. I've talked to ones that have had very exciting stories to tell. I had one classmate call me just last month, and honestly, he had to call me back. He couldn't even remember why he called me. But
Is he about 70?
there are a lot of you that have traveled a long, long ways to be here tonight. And there are a lot of you that are having very, very serious health problems. Very serious. And there are a lot of you that are struggling just to make ends meet so that you can come to this reunion this evening. Some of you have lost your spouse in recent years. My heart goes out to you. There are a lot of you that it would have been much easier to stay at home than be here tonight. There's one thing that all of you have in common, and that's you wanted to see your old classmates and talk about the good old days. It's very, very heartwarming that all of you love this class enough and chose to be here tonight. Okay, how about having a little fun right now, okay? This headdress actually belongs to a pirate. This headdress is Phil Eastep's. Short story, Phil bought this while him and Marshall were on vacation, and his wife didn't know it till they got home. Phil comes to all of our class reunions and our lunches and takes videos for our website, and Phil, we love you and Marshall very much. Thank you very much. When I called Buddy Patterson last fall, he said that he just didn't do DJ work much anymore. And he said, but I'll tell you what, Brooks, he said, I'll do it for your class. So, Buddy, thank you for being our DJ. Buddy said he'll do it as long as he can. Okay, let's everybody stand if you can, and how about singing that school song?